1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
5, 6.
Don't lock your door.
Oh,
Better get your crucifix.
Oh,
7,
that's what
8.
it is.
Don't stay up late. 9, 10.
Yeah?
Can't remember the last one.
Ah.
Can you?
No.
Welcome back to another episode of Definitely Serious. I'm Joseph.
And I am Kieran.
And today we've got one of the final ones.
The final one.
Of our slasher. I'm counting Five Nights at Freddy's just for the horror month itself. Not of the 4 here,
yeah.
but as a send-off.
Yeah, it's not the final
We're going
Halloween,
out on a lure.
but it's the final special.
Yeah, it's the spinal. It's the
spinal
spinal cord of the slasher.
My back is broken. Spinal. Mike Tyson quotes for you there.
Yeah, what? You've done that loads recently. Like, what's your obsession
love
with?
Mike Tyson.
You love lisps. Like, what's going on?
Yes.
Okay, fair enough. I'm not going to judge you for it.
For
So today, I was going to say Friday the 13th. That was last week.
That was.
Forgettable, just like the film.
Not according to 33 views on YouTube, mate. Have you seen the
33
numbers?
views in 13 hours, whatever.
That is actually mental.
It is crazy for
No
us.
one's watched for like longer than a minute, but we'll ignore that.
We should have ignored that because we could have just lied for the market.
Yeah. No, people really enjoyed it.
They loved it. I think they watched almost all of it, I believe.
Yeah.
Today we're
50
doing...
minutes of it, which is weird because there's only 43.
There's only 40, so like, they must have watched it again and again.
Yeah, they love it.
We're doing a Nightmare on Elm Street.
We are.
I liked this, if I'm honest with you. I'm just going to get straight into it.
You know what? I also liked it.
You were expecting to hate it, were you not?
I kid you not. Thought this was going to be one of the worst things I've ever seen, and
You've said it multiple times.
It was all right.
But the bar was set low.
Yep.
Let's be honest with you.
Yeah,
80s horror is amazing.
Yeah. They've been really enjoyable.
Yeah, they've been really scary.
Yeah.
And effective. Just
so
all
scary.
round good films.
I've shit my pants, mate.
I know, it smells, doesn't it?
I'm going to be honest with you. I kind of forgot this was a horror film. You know what I mean? Like, I forgot that this is something that someone would be scared of.
I was actually going to say this is the only one that actually feels like I could understand this being a horror. It felt like it did the actual most to try to be a horror. Like, the opening scene was quite decent.
It's
Many
different,
jump scares.
It's different horror, innit?
It is, but like that scene, I know it's a random scene, but the bit where she's in school and she runs into Elise.
Yeah, that's... I've got... Yeah,
yeah, don't worry, we'll get to that.
What's Elise doing here? Why is she the exact same thing as
Why
well?
doesn't she look... Why does she still look kind of... Doesn't matter. Let's be real, she does look the same.
Yeah, no, that's the point. It's serious. It's what, like 2011?
Yeah, and this is what...
She looks 70 in that.
Jeez.
How old's she in that? In this 40?
22.
She's 22. So where would you like to start, mate? Sorry. It's Freddy after
Sorry,
you.
Freddy was coming from me there.
Bro got the rod
No, I was going
treatment.
to say that one little scene when she's in school and she runs through the hallway, bumps into the hall boss.
Oh, Ugly Betty.
Yeah, and then she turns around and she's like, and in the hallways. That was actually a really effective horror scene.
Yeah, it was cool.
Or the scene with the blood going up. Knock off The Shining, by the way, but it's fine.
Which one came first?
I actually don't know.
The Shining.
Was
almost definitely The
Are
Shining.
you sure? 'Cause this was 84.
The Shining's 100%.
Yeah, almost definitely did, yeah.
I'm going to
But
fact check
that
it.
was effective. I don't
Yes.
know, I feel like there's an actual good few places of horror. I laughed there because I was thinking about something at the end of the film that we're going to bring up that's quite funny.
Yeah.
In a sad kind of way. So where should we start, mate?
Where do I want to start? One thing I noticed, the start, I thought that was cool. I like the intro credit, bollocks, you know, with the cool title card. And then the weird thing of Fredster. Fredder.
Oh, I get it now.
What?
Is it to do with Freddy?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, it was to do with the hedgehog, mate. We'll get there. It gave me Redman vibes from Insidious, you know, because he was like blacksmithing and whatnot.
Yeah.
That was it.
I thought the exact same thing. I thought that throughout like the entire thing, to be fair, how they handled Big Freddy.
Yeah, it was sort of like good.
Yeah.
Wow, this is top class.
He was all right, wasn't he?
So there's summer. Johnny Depp is in it.
Which I've done a you, mate.
You've done a me and not realised that Kevin Bacon's in it.
Yeah. And
So,
not realised Johnny Depp is here.
Yeah.
Slap him in the bout.
So you remember who he is?
Yeah.
Was he good in the movie, Johnny? Our big Johnny.
I've got absolutely nothing to say about him whatsoever.
Oh.
In fact, I've got to say it was negative. It wasn't bad, but there's nothing of note I could say. I didn't even notice it was him.
Yep.
And I thought you were going to say maybe it was the other guy who died in the prison who I didn't
Rod.
pay much. Yeah. All right, mate. I didn't realise you were a massive fan.
No, it's because I thought it was really funny.
Oh, I didn't pay much attention to him, to be fair. So I thought, maybe it was him, and I just wasn't.
Yeah.
But I actively remember the scene, even when I Googled it when you told me, looking at him, because I remember he was shaking in his hair, and I was like, look at his hair. Like, why is it so puffy?
Why is it so puffy?
And it's because it's weird hair.
It is.
So I was actively looking at this man and judging him, and I still didn't go, that's Captain Jack Sparrow.
You're literally one of the most influential people in your life in terms of like
Amber Heard.
cinema and that.
Yeah.
Okay, nice
Carry on.
one. Sorry, why are we bringing her into this?
Ask him that.
Oh, you know what? Fair point. Ask Jason Momoa, mate. Why are you dressing up?
Ask James Wan.
No, seriously.
Why are you bringing her into
No,
the sequel,
seriously,
mate?
James. James, why have you put her and Patrick Wilson together? James,
You silly boy.
you trying to ruin our boy Patrick as well?
You trying to do that to him? Cool.
You know, we know she's gonna latch on.
Who can blame her?
No, fair point actually. There was a funny bit.
There was many funny parts.
The one I remember, which I actually found really funny, was when Johnny Depp.
Mm-hmm.
I've forgotten his name in the movie. Glenn, I think, mate.
Definitely got Glenn vibes.
Oh, hang on. I've got his name written. Glenn.
Campbell.
Who's that?
Country singer. Just
He's
a thinker there.
He thinks he's the thinker. Yeah, basically, he was ringing his mum and being like, "Oh, I've got this fake tape thing."
Mm-hmm.
Cause like, oh, it's airplane sounds. Cause I'm staying at my cousin's and this and everything. And then it like there was drag racing in it, and then the car crashed, and then there was a woman screaming on fire. I thought that was really funny.
I can't believe you actually found that funny.
I thought that was fucking hilarious.
Mate, I remember I was a bit fuming watching it.
No, just imagine how funny that the fact that it gets progressively worse, and then there was that woman screaming. I was like, "How have we got here?"
Yeah, but just think that that is basically just the modern day when you ring your mum and someone goes, "Get off his."
Yeah, that is funny though.
No way have you said that. No way have you said that.
That's funny.
I just can't agree with that, mate.
That's funny.
I can't accept it.
All right.
I'm sorry, mate.
Okay.
Sorry. Well, I thought you were different to that, mate. I thought you were better than
I
that.
think it's fucking hilarious.
I can't believe it, mate.
I think it's hilarious.
Yeah, so that was a scene that definitely happened. No, the scene that made me laugh, I'm going to skip to the very end.
Okay.
In the little dream sequence with the mother.
Yeah.
When Freddy's hand comes through the door
And she
grabs her, and it's just like a little rag doll.
Yeah, that genuinely, what have they done there?
I couldn't stop laughing, mate.
But who's pulled that mannequin that hard through the door? Seriously,
This
though.
tiny little mannequin just getting shoved
I love how
instantly.
all laws of physics
Just
go out
don't
the
worry
way.
about it's Freddy.
The laws of motion.
It's the
What are
dream
they?
world. It's the dream world.
You're not wrong. It is.
Everything happens in the dream world. So I did think this was, in terms of actual scariness, this did it the best. It wasn't actually scary.
No, but it was. It's because it's a different type of scary. The others are straight up just like, oh, would it be scary if you got stabbed?
Yeah.
In that scary. Whereas this one's like, it's got like the weird.
Supernatural.
Yeah, the supernatural stuff. Let's do the weird latex wall thing a lot.
That was so cool.
I really like that.
That was effective. Like, if I was in the 1980s, I would have actually been scared by that. But obviously, because I'm a man and I'm born in this century, I don't give a shit. Like,
So I'll translate that. Because of what stuff is now, mate, let's be honest, latex walls aren't scary.
I don't know about that, to be fair. There's
No.
something about latex that I don't feel right. Like a gimp suit makes me feel
it's
wrong.
really scary. Do you know what I mean? Like, do you know a lot of the stuff in this which I thought was naff? There was a bit where he was like, "Ooh, Tina, look at me. And I'm going to cut my fingers off and it's going to have weird green stuff."
Good for you, mate.
And then the one where he just
It
lifts
just
up
cuts his belly.
Yeah, cuts his little chest bit right here and then maggots and that and green goo.
He's
That's
so crazy. Freddy, stop.
That's not scary for me. And then there was a bit where like a millipede come out of someone's mouth.
I thought that was so out of place. So out of place.
It felt in place because they've got, like the maggot and the green goo sort of.
Yeah.
But I don't like it.
It was just like bugs are scary, aren't they?
Do you know what it reminds me of? Grizzly Tales for Gruesome Kids.
Okay,
It's
that's a shout.
It's that type of scary, innit? Oh, like would it be scary if a load of bugs appeared?
It's basically just the Bush Tucker trials and I'm a Celebrity. Just put a few bugs
No,
in there.
seriously, though.
People will scream.
Yeah.
Not so scary, mate.
It's a millipede.
I picked a spider up today.
Did you?
Yeah, I did actually.
Wow.
It was in someone's bag. I thought, come here. So
Come here, let me eat you.
Yeah, sure. And I don't want to brag. I saved a ladybird last week that loads of people were going to stand on. I shielded it Wish I did that to something else a few
Bro
years
thinks
ago.
he's Captain America.
Wish I did that a few years ago, mate.
Oh, he does.
I've set the jerk up for you there, mate, so that'll
it's
pay off
fine.
later.
We'll
That'll pay off.
get
I'm sure we will get there. I'm sure you will literally go out of your way to
I'm-
steer the conversation to
I'm about
whatever
to.
point. Go
So
for
we'll go to the first death in the movie. Right.
it. What, Tina?
Tina.
I'll just wanna
Turner.
say, I've got that. I'm so sick of hearing her name.
Tina.
Tina.
Is it just... Also, his voice was really inconsistent throughout the whole movie.
Really inconsistent.
Like, sometimes it was like a normal person, sometimes like a weird little demon boy, and then the other times... Yeah, exactly. And then sometimes it was just a weird echo.
Bro thinks he's me.
Literally,
No,
though.
but get it. You don't have a deep voice. I do. It's all right, Freddie.
You know who doesn't? Me.
I see what you did there.
You know what I'm doing. So I think it's really funny that the way the film sort of set out, let's get all the people together, is because one person is a little bit scared. So they ask the mates to sleep over. And I think that if you're a grown man, Kieran, and like you're like, oh, I need someone to. I think that is sad.
Do you?
I think that is sad.
Would you say, just hypothetically,
Hypothetically.
how would you do to the person who actually just went and did that? Because surely if they were a man, they'd be like, no, I'm not going to do that.
I'd say that person is also a bitch.
But, you've got to understand the mental situation of these people at this time, man.
Yeah, go on. Let's, in this hypothetical scenario, explain to me how the friend who needs the person's sleepovers feeling.
These are young and impressionable teenagers, and their hormones and their brain's still wiring itself, and it can think things that potentially aren't true. Which
Potentially.
is what a lot of people thought about them being Freddy. They're just a bit crazy, but sometimes maybe they are a bit crazy, and they just need to go through that. I think that is something we all go through in life, and I don't think we should judge these people for it.
No.
That would be crazy.
That would be... someone would be crazy at least, you know what I mean?
Oh, she's gone, mate.
Oh. No, yeah, that was... The first death was
I did
cool.
think that... It was like, how supportive of them, because I was thinking, if this was in a UK school, one, you wouldn't be confident enough to tell anybody that.
No.
Two, if you did, that's like the next 2 years of your school life. Do you know
Over,
what I mean?
mate. Oh, you have
Dream
nightmares.
boy. Oh, little dream.
Oh, hedgehog.
Dream, go play your Minecraft game.
Go play our dream, nice one.
No, thank
Seen
you.
that clip of him recently
No.
at a concert, and he's like looking up, and then he just keeps putting his head down really hard. I can't explain
No,
it.
but I want
mate.
to.
No, seriously, shout out Dream.
But one thing I have
Sorry, I'm just listening to the Dream concert.
Okay.
I'm a big fan.
One thing I have to say as well is that I was disappointed, because you mentioned it earlier, with Freddy. He's not how I remember him. So this was I remember when I first heard about this film, and it was a conversation in the year 8
Wow.
classroom outside student services. Was only in there twice. In my
Wow.
whole, it was never really used. It was a weird little back cupboard. Real ones will know it. By that I mean one listener.
Yeah.
Probably Becca. Yeah, so I remember talking about it in there, and they were like, they were telling me about it. And I remember actually, obviously I didn't want to show it, but I was like, this is actually really scary.
Yeah.
This is the whole concept of him in the dreams, and it was just the 1-2, and he was the child thingy. I was just like, this is horrible.
Yeah.
So then I watched it, and it was really scary.
Mm.
No, it's not, and no, he's not.
No.
All he does is just like this,
Yeah.
and just growl them, and we barely see him
Mm-hmm.
until he's just standing trying to be scary.
Yeah.
Trying too hard, mate.
Yeah, seriously though.
Don't like his voice. It's not how I remember his voice being.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the performance is over the top, and
That is
he's
sort
all
of the
goofy.
point.
It is, but he's so goofy.
That run in the alleyway is
It-
crazy.
It's horrible, mate. It's
Do
like
you know what I mean?
I'd just turn around and just run at him. Do you know what I mean?
Just sprint him.
Yeah, probably could take him, to be fair.
No, seriously, look at the absolute size of him.
Yeah,
He's a twink, mate. It's a string
Just take
bean.
the hands out, gone.
Yeah.
Like, all
Also, the face burn, surely that's sensitive.
well, he shit himself when he saw the fire, didn't he? Little
He did,
crybaby,
he did.
pie merchant.
Sorry, we'll reel it back a bit, mate. I really like the first death.
No, it was horrible.
Tina's death.
A horrible way to die.
Yeah, because I was like, oh, this is going to be a bit shit, innit? It wasn't. I
no.
really enjoyed it being taken up to the ceiling for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
Explain, how's that? So has Freddy lifted her up?
Mm-hmm. He's in the dream world, mate.
All right, fair enough.
He's in the dream.
Oh,
And then
shit, no,
when
you're
you
right.
Think about it, you're questioning
right,
that,
mate.
but he was able to drag someone through a bed, and then the blood fountain comes through. You've got to accept what Freddy can do.
No, the reason I'm doing this is because we see, fast forward to the end-ish, where Nancy and Johnny Depp's Glenn character.
Yeah.
She's like, "Oh, watch me. I'm off to go catch him," and he
Yeah.
falls asleep, and she's annoyed at him. But it's when she's looking at Rodney in the prison cell,
Mm-hmm.
and big old Fred boy lifts up the
Walks
cover.
in,
He lifts the cover,
Yeah.
like grabs it and that.
Mm.
And then when we fast forward,
Mm-hmm.
where she's not in the dream and she's gone to the police station,
Yeah.
he grabs that again. He grabs it the same way he did in the thing. So I'm like, is he there but not
Premonition.
there type
Yeah.
thing?
Yeah.
So then, I don't know. But then again, it is Freddy Krueger. So let's stop trying to apply the laws of physics
Come on,
to
Freddy.
him.
One thing I always thought about him, because I swear I got told this back in the day,
Yeah?
was that I knew about the child killing thing and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But I believe, I always thought he was innocent.
Mm,
He wasn't framed, but he was wrongly blamed.
yeah.
Like he was just a nice janitor or something. This is what I got told back in the day.
Right.
They killed him because they thought he was, so he's just gone on a murder spree as revenge. But apparently he is just that, then he is just a child killer.
Well, this is the thing, 'cause it's the first one.
Yeah.
Things can be written out in the second,
Yeah.
third, and fourth one, can't they?
Do
So
they change
I
it
don't
to that? Do they change it to that?
I don't know, because I also thought the same, but then everything I see when
Is
you Google it
yeah,
just
I
says
googled it.
child killer, mate.
Yeah, it's just like, and especially in the remake, they confirm it, but that obviously that's the remake, so they don't
Do
count.
you know
but-
what's really weird about that? It's the guy from Watchmen,
Which one?
the mask guy.
Oh, okay.
It's him who
yeah,
plays
okay.
Freddy Krueger. I think that's cool.
Sure, yeah. Who plays him in this? Not a clue.
It's the guy who plays him in everything. It's
Oh,
like
okay.
the actual Freddy Krueger.
I like the actor himself. It does look kind of creepy. Not deformed.
Whoa.
Not deformed.
Whoa.
Not deformed.
Okay.
Along with the makeup and stuff.
Oh, he's not done a Jason, has
It's
he?
another Davros type vibe. This one was actually well made. You could tell that we're getting further into the decade because it's much better, higher production value. They've seen the money in this sort of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You're looking stressed. What's up?
So I'm just doing a little law check. So I've gotten to the life story of Freddy Krueger's. The first thing it says, Amanda Krueger, his mother, was a nun working at a hospital and was raped by over 100 psychopaths.
It happens, doesn't it? It happens. Don't go to a psych ward. Do you know what I mean?
Wow, then. Well, that's mental. So was he actually... I'm just going to... Right, I've concluded it. Any sort of sense of, like, morality and whatnot was hinted at in the remake. In the original film series, they go fully... No, he's a knob.
Well, that is disappointing to hear because I always expected better of Freddy.
Did you, though?
I thought he was an innocent guy. Turned a bit crazy after death.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. I've not read any further into it, but that thing about his mother...
It's a bit horrible, isn't it?
Yeah, and obviously this film, half of it takes place in Dream World.
Yeah.
So obviously there's extra things in this universe and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Could that have played into why Freddy's a little bit odd?
Probably.
Do you think, like, in universe we'll
Abused
find out
people
in the
get abused.
facts, though?
That's true.
No, actually facts, though.
Yeah, but also abuse in the future. You know what I mean? It's a common.
No, I've just found that's what you said.
Yeah,
of course.
Abused people get abused.
Really?
That's the type of take I'm bringing.
Wow, tall people be told, though.
Water is wet.
Apparently it's not, but we're not getting into that. And I think
year-old debate.
everyone who says that's a fucking idiot. Of course it's wet.
Well, mate, some would disagree.
Okay, all right.
I did notice. So there wasn't as much creepy stuff in this with men, except the sleep ward scene with that weird doctor who was just being weird. Just, do you know when she was just like staring at him and he was just staring into her eyes and it's just like,
Oh,
you
the
better get sleep,
doctor.
miss, or you'll get a bit cuckoo.
Yeah, I thought that was mental.
He was a bit weird.
Everyone's got to dream, or they'll go up here. That's not right.
How it works, man.
I'm
Like,
going to be honest with you, you're wrong.
where are you qualified?
No, seriously though.
Where did he train?
Seriously though. And
And
then,
when and then she's like, "What are you afraid of?" She just stares and he's just staring her in the eye. I'm just like, "Can you not?"
And then she kicks off and whatnot,
Yeah.
and they all rush into the room.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's so horrible. While everyone else is sorting it, he's just turned around and like got the,
he's straight away ready. We'll put you to sleep.
Yeah, go sleep. Get the Bronson treatment.
He feels like a really qualified person who I'd trust. Weird that the mother stays overnight, which is fine, but it's weird that they let the mother in the room, and then he's actively watching her sleep as if he wasn't just on shift 8 hours earlier. Like, surely you just let the findings do their thing. Like, why are we watching? I get the mother,
Yeah.
and it's just like so weird. And then it just reminds you it's the 80s because they're in this medical room doing this
thought
medical
this.
test. She whips out the bloody
She got a
cigarette.
cigarette.
She fucking lighting up, man.
got a
She literally
cigarette.
just lights up.
I
Just
respect it.
next to the machine room, man.
You got to do what you got to do,
She's
mate.
a bit stressed, man.
I will say, so they've established that it takes a while to fall asleep and even longer to get dream sleep.
REM sleep.
Yeah,
sleep.
they've established that in that scene.
Yeah.
So we cut to the end, and she rings her dad,
20-minute nap.
and she's like, "Dad, get ready to bust the door down in 20 minutes. I'm just going to go to sleep." And
Yeah.
I thought that's reasonable.
Yeah.
That's reasonable. I mean, she won't get to REM sleeping time in 20 minutes anyway, regardless. But then you factor in the fact that she does Home Alone and builds multiple booby traps, puts her alcoholic mother to sleep, and then goes to sleep and falls asleep enough to get to the dreams in the space of 20 minutes.
Sir,
Because I don't want to be
I'm
that guy.
not 100%, but you're being that guy, and I might have to agree with that guy.
Yeah.
I think you can go into REM sleep quite quickly if you just fall back into a cycle. Because have you taken like a 30-minute nap and had a weird dream before?
Yeah, but she hasn't taken a 30-minute nap. She's been away, pal.
Maybe. But I did notice that, how she's rang saying, if you come in 20 minutes,
Yeah.
then she just goes home alone and just sets up all the traps throughout the house.
She gets the booklet out and puts it on the floor to build the contraption, bro.
But she's got the bloody tools out.
The
just
montage
screwing
is
away.
about 3 minutes.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, how...
A montage is
Where
three.
have you got the sledgehammer from?
No, seriously.
And this, has she just done it all perfectly? Like, where's the room for error here? You're telling me she knows how to make these traps.
No, that's a very good point.
What has she done before?
Like when I get a
got her
recipe,
experience.
when I get a recipe and it says an hour, I add another hour on.
Because you've got to learn.
I don't cut the garlic as quick as they do.
So that leads me to believe she's done this before. And who to?
Literally. No, we know where she gets it from, though. The parents. They're a bit fire friendly. Do you know what I mean? Oh, let's burn him. Just chill out.
Relax.
Go through the proper process.
The acting in this was interesting, wasn't it?
Is that what
Especially
we're
from the
calling
mother.
it? I've genuinely...
It was horrible. The
'Cause
80s acting's horrible,
I
I'm
have
sorry.
no faith in my acting ability whatsoever. In fact, I think I'm awful.
But you reckon...
I genuinely think I could do a better job.
Just there's some stuff in this that almost everyone was bad. Even like the mum who appears for Johnny Depp's character when she's like, get some sleep.
Yeah.
It's just like so overdone, and then she like turns and smiles. And I was just like, is this how humans interact?
Do you know what
in
she
the
looks
80s?
like? Do you know what that bit reminded me of? You know, like a weird advert?
Mm-hmm.
Just like a weird advert for summer. Oh, you can't sleep. Take these pills.
Yeah, like on the telemarket, like 2 a.m. Yeah.
Literally, that's probably where she's from.
That's what she did after this. She
And
got this
before.
one gig and just went, right.
It's what she did before, after, and during her acting career, mate. Do you know what I mean?
She'd just come off set, onto this, then went straight back on.
Straight back.
She's on the night shift, obviously.
She was actually selling the jumper she was wearing.
It was all the merch, all promo.
All promo.
So the acting was horrible. Some of the dialogue, especially with the teenagers, was horrendous.
Oh my god!
A lot of
One
stuff at
I
the
remember.
start. Go on.
Johnny Depp, when the fact there's a noise outside, Johnny
Yeah.
Depp goes out. I'll punch your ugly lights out.
Fucking.
All right, Joella.
All right. I was literally about to say Weller, purely because you sounded like him there as well.
It just comes to me. No, seriously, though, what's happening? I'll punch your ugly lights out.
What does that mean?
What does that mean?
He's just called him ugly.
I'll punch
He's
your
called him
lights
ugly.
out.
He's roasted him.
Also, I don't want to be a dick, but have you seen Rodney? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, like, you're not gonna.
Although,
gonna
have
do,
you seen
big
Johnny
lad?
Depp?
Yeah, but he's tiny, mate. Do you know what I mean?
A little twink, mate. That's one thing. Do you think the girl in this is like fist bumping because of what Johnny Depp became? Because she got there like before, because she's kissed him in this movie and that, hasn't she?
She did, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But at the time, he was just a guy.
Yeah.
But like in 2010, she sat there thinking, I kissed fucking Johnny Depp.
And now she's reckoning, I wish I didn't.
Oh, I was a lucky one. I'm just saying, I don't remember him getting proven not guilty in England, but we'll move.
I'm not 100% sure on the court findings.
Yeah, we'll move. And I'm just saying the thing in America wasn't exactly proving him guilty,
Exactly.
innocent either. It was just more saying Amber Heard's a
We're
waffler.
literally, we're walking on the line, but we're not saying any definitive
Not
statements. So
saying
you cannot get
anything.
angry at us. You cannot get angry at us.
No, but I'm just
And if
putting
you
that
are-
information out there.
Yeah, we're just saying things. We're just two dudes saying things.
We're just two dudes saying things.
things.
One little piece of trivia I'd like to bring up
Go on.
related to this: the Nike shoes, inspired by the.
I didn't notice
No,
that.
no, mate. It's a post thing. Nike basically made some Freddy Krueger
Some freakies.
Nike SB dunks. I'll show Kieran them now.
Get
there
me
you
some
go.
of them. I don't want to see them ever again.
No, they're awful. They're
I don't want to
horrific.
see them ever again.
They're not. They're really bad. But what's interesting is they didn't get the rights for this from New Line Cinema,
Yeah.
so they had to withdraw them all.
Nike didn't go through. What?
Yeah, they just
This
made like a
massive company didn't think we should probably.
Yeah, they just made a Freddy Krueger shoe and didn't think that New Line Cinema would kick off about it. But you can still buy them, but they're like really
Like really
Really,
expensive.
like tens.
Like worse than Jordans.
Oh yeah,
Oh, okay.
but they're awful. But that's a cool piece of trivia.
Well, speaking of New Line Cinema,
Oh,
they were
God.
set. Why did they?
It's what they do to Jason. You know what I mean?
Was saved from bankruptcy by the success of this film, and was jokingly nicknamed the house that Freddy built. So he saved the cinema, and I'm pretty sure these guys. I'm almost certain they're behind Lord of the Rings. So when you think about it,
What?
Freddy Krueger is the reason we have the Lord of the Rings.
Trilogy.
Yeah, by Peter Jackson. So every cloud has its silver lining.
You being serious?
Yeah, I'm almost certain.
Wow. You know what? That's actually fairly impressive.
Well done, Freddy. Oh,
Really?
yeah. Ooh. This is the film debut of Johnny Depp. So this is where it all started.
No, this is his genuine first thing.
Yeah. Like
No
probably
fucking
like
way.
big feature film, yeah.
Well, yeah, he's probably appeared in an advert or
Yeah, he's probably that's how he knows the jump. Why do you think the jumper lady was his mum?
Oh my God,
the connections.
She was his mum in an advert.
Oh my God.
It all makes
okay.
sense. So one thing, another thing. We say one thing too much because we've got multiple things.
We've got many things. We're lying to them.
Another thing that I couldn't. It was a mix between funny and kind of good in like a this is horrible way. The way they exaggerated Glenn's death.
I loved
The
it.
crime scene.
Oh yeah.
Like afterwards when.
It was effective though.
Yeah,
the horror.
like,
yeah.
Like when the
bucket
the ambulance people. Yeah, the bucket.
and the stretcher.
The ambulance people, and I was like, why have you got a stretcher? And then someone said, you don't need a stretcher, you need a mop.
That's so mental.
When the dad went up, the person who came out to talk to him wiped his feet on the floor, which I thought was funny, but it's weird because it's funny.
Morbid.
But then,
it's like morbid.
Yeah,
but it's
yeah,
like- and then the dad himself literally just walks in and walks straight back out.
Yeah,
and we
yeah.
just don't see it.
yeah,
and I
where's the
love that.
coroner, mate? No, he's just puking.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
The
mate.
guy whose job is to look at dead bodies has gone, bleh.
That's enough for me.
I think that's funny.
Freddy Krueger himself
Mm-hmm.
was designed to be the typical silent serial killer, such as Jason or Michael Myers. However, he then developed it says here, a cheeky persona that enabled him to become a more black human villain. This continued even more throughout the sequels.
Yeah, because I was going to say this.
He's got a bit of cheek to him.
This sort of, as well as nice one, as long as sort of introducing the paranormal aspect and whatnot. It's the first one out of these we've done that has a slasher that speaks like is a person. You know what I mean? And what do you think about that?
I like it, but I thought he was more. That's what leads me to be.
It will be in the later films, but
I know, but I want it now. It's like it's like I wanted Jason in the first one, but I didn't get him, did I?
seriously though.
I've had to accept a lot of disappointment.
Next Halloween,
with
we
these
do the
films.
part twos of everything.
No, just get to the ones where I get to see the good stuff.
So
That's all I
part
want.
3 then for Jason.
So part 11.
You want to see the hoodie and hockey mask?
I want to see him in futuristic
it's a Terminator.
place. Yeah, I want to see that, please. Joking, I'm never going to watch that.
Do you know what's even worse, by the way?
Go on.
I've never watched it, so I can't even confirm if that's actually him.
Okay.
And what worries me is I feel like that might be something he fights at the end. I don't know why. It just gives me that vibe. Yeah, no way. Do you know his name?
No.
Uber Jason. Right, let's back onto Nightmare on Elm Street.
Uber Jason. So, the ending. What did you think about that? Because
Well,
when she went,
which
the dreams are not real.
Which bit are we classing as the ending? Everything after we've killed Freddy.
Yeah.
And he disintegrates. He does that weird...
No, because I thought that was the mum who disintegrated.
No, not disintegrate, but you know when...
He puts the cover on.
No, when he lunges at her.
Oh, yeah.
And he
just
does that weird fucking...
That feels like it's from like 70s Star Trek or something. Do you know what I mean?
To be fair, it is from 80s Star Trek.
It was horrible, mate.
It was awful.
Horrible.
Seriously, are we watching Doctor Who?
Like, yeah, I felt like I was watching Tom Baker.
With the hat.
And I'm not talking just about Freddy Krueger.
No. Similar nose. A bit beaky.
Oh, I didn't notice that. He's got a lovely nose as Tom.
Yeah, so we're going from there as the ending. I don't know. Did it happen? Did it not happen?
I mean...
The thing of the
I feel
car...
like the whole... It reminded me, you know, have you seen It 2?
No.
Do you know how they destroy Pennywise?
Oh, It.
Yeah, It. What do you think I said?
I thought you said the thing. Don't ask why.
I might have said, actually, if I'm honest.
No, I think you did say
Okay.
It. But it's because the thing, It...
They're the same, mate. They're just things.
Yeah, they're both like not really descriptive things.
Yeah, they're just there.
It's a neutral noun.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the noun thing I was looking for.
Pronoun.
He, him.
He, him also.
What's Freddy?
a murderer.
Ah.
So they don't get rights.
They don't get pronouns.
You want pronouns? Don't kill the kids.
Yeah. You should get that fucking, like, copyrighted. We could use that as the tagline for this show.
If you want pronouns, don't
Get
kill
that on a
fucking
t-shirt.
kids.
It's selling millions.
Get it on a bumper sticker.
Mm-hmm. Back of the car.
Yeah.
Back of the car. People would love that.
They'd love
What
it.
were we saying just then?
I don't know. The ending. I thought a bit that was also funny, but in a really bad way, is when the reveal that it was still in the dream was the car convertible thing coming up, and it being the Freddy thing, and then everyone like shitting themselves, being like, "I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this," but then they just drive off, or does the car
drives
right,
off?
Okay, yeah.
But it's just like so clearly the mum's just smiling.
So is that real?
Use
then?
your eyes. I think it's so because I think the whole.
No, because then no one's dead.
Oh yeah, that's what I was talking about. Because the defeat Pennywise just by bullying him and saying, "I'm not afraid of you. You're the clown. You're the loser."
Yeah.
That's basically almost the route they were going with here. Was you're just a dream. You don't have power over me. And I was just like, no way is this gonna work.
To be fair, it is 84, so is this one of the first things to do that?
But I'm glad they didn't, and Freddy just like won and killed them. I don't know if we see these characters again.
No, I'm gonna quickly Google it, mate, because I need to know, was that ending real? Because if that ending did happen, the whole film didn't happen. It was a dream. Like what? Do you know what I'm saying? Because all my friends were alive at the end.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah. So like, what's that about, Kieran?
I don't know, Joseph.
Oh, you know what? You know where we have to take a trip to?
Go on.
Reddit.
Go on.
I figured it. So, that time I was saying, where she falls asleep and she goes to visit Rodney in the outside the police station. That was the last time. Just before that was the last time she was awake in the movie. The rest of it is a dream. So Freddy never come into the real world.
Okay.
And how the film was meant to be originally.
Okay.
It was all just meant to be a nightmare. None of it happened.
Right.
But then the studio saw like potential. You know what I mean? We can get another film out of this.
We can get another few films out of this.
Yeah. Let's give it a more Friday the 13th style ending of just. What if we just did a random jump scare at the end that made no sense?
What if a deformed man reached and grabbed someone? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but imagine we do that, but on a door. Think about the levels.
With a rag doll.
No, because rag dolls move. That was the stiffest thing I've ever. It was like someone dragged a cardboard cutout.
It was a mannequin.
Bro, it was a cardboard cutout.
Bro dragged the Autons from Doctor Who Series 1, Episode 1.
Oh, not Clive. R.I.P. in front of his wife and literal kids.
There's no way this is in the actual show. I'm just getting glopped.
First episode, you know.
It's just his face.
Oh my God,
I've got his face saved just as he sees the gun.
We're going to be reacting to that very soon.
Very soon, mate. I love it so much.
Oh my God, it's literally 2 weeks away on Saturday. If anyone's
Can't wait,
interested.
mate. I actually genuinely can't wait. I feel like we've been really positive about this film. Well, because I just want to make it clear, if any of you still here, didn't love it.
Really didn't love it.
I'd give it like a 6, maybe a 5 out of 10.
Yeah.
But I've just been weirdly positive.
Yep.
There are lots of things wrong with this movie, but I feel like everything that's wrong with this movie, we've said in the previous 3.
Yeah, what's happened is we've had our blade blunted.
Yeah.
And now we cannot cut.
Yeah, it's just, we don't want to sound like a broken record. Everything that's wrong with this is that.
What's worrying is I sort of enjoyed this, and I think that's scary because
I noticed this. I was like, why am I liking this one? And I was like, oh, it's because even though the stuff isn't that good, at least things are happening.
Yeah. Because
like the 3 ones before, not all bad, but there's just a lot of gaps where it's just like the suspense of who's going to kill him. They're going to kill him soon. Freddy just goes through him, mate.
Literally.
Because like she dies. I thought Tina was like, oh, he's going to haunt her for like half of this. And
yeah.
then the other 3 are going to band up. She's gone within like 20.
Yeah, no, seriously though.
And I was like, okay, let's keep this going, and it just didn't stop.
Yeah.
So it's not the best. I'm gonna put this.
Are we doing that now? The rank in the 4.
Okay, I won't say it now, but I'm not gonna. It's not
because this is our final say on it. We cannot change it after this.
Ever in life, this is contract.
No.
We've signed the contract away.
I will say something.
We'll get 10% of all money, and the studio will get 90.
Yeah, new line. You're welcome. Another thing before we thingy.
Yeah.
So, Nancy's dead apparently in this one.
Okay. Is she back in the sequels?
No, in the second one, I think that's where the thingy. But then in the third one, I believe she comes back. So we'll get into that.
Second one was going to be a legacy sequel, and they're like, actually, why don't we just bring it back? Cool.
Yeah, second
What
one's
happens
going to
when
be
you
like...
don't storyboard
Yeah,
things?
second one's genuinely like, we'll try to tell a separate story here. That's not worked. Get Nancy back.
Yeah.
One thing...
Don't blame you.
No, seriously. While we're on the topic of this...
Get that money.
The whole month we've got.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you agree, but the main woman in Halloween, what's her face? She's way too political.
Oh, Jamie Lee Curtis?
That the one. And then the one in Halloween, the one in Friday the 13th.
Mm-hmm.
And then Nancy in this.
Mm-hmm.
They're all relatively capable people. Like, they're not that stereotype of,
lucky the one from Texas.
let me run away, blah, blah, blah.
Texas. That was literally
No,
it.
but I want to say, what's it say about people that's the stereotype they chose? Do you know what I mean? Because the stereotype I've got is the main protagonist in everything's like it's a strong woman. But you know, like you watch the scary movies in that, and it's like, oh, let's joke about this part.
Sexism.
Yeah,
Deep-rooted sexism.
You know it is. I just wanted
the
to
80s.
I just wanted to get that out there.
Just to confirm that. Yeah.
Yeah, in case none of you heard it, sexism.
It existed back then, and it wasn't nice.
We hate the patriarchy. We love the matriarchy.
Woo! I loved Barbie.
No, seriously.
I loved the message.
I really loved Barbie.
Sir,
Mm-hmm.
ranking. I'm going to hit you with it. 1 is still Texas.
Right.
2 is this.
Right.
Purely big, and it beats Halloween, which is 3rd. Sorry, mate, we'll get to the other part in a second. It beats Halloween purely because things actually happen. You know what? I don't know.
Okay.
But we definitely Friday the 13th is at the bottom of this list.
Okay.
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 I'm gonna make the decision now. Halloween or this. I'm gonna go Texas, Halloween, this. Friday the 13th. What about you, mate?
Are we just factoring the actual just this movie?
What do you mean, just this movie?
Do you know, because you could...
No legacies.
None of that, like, oh, but the second movie's quite cool stuff.
Yes, mate, stop thinking about the paper bag and go on.
So just this...
Kill him, mummy, kill him!
So just this movie, like just the first ones out of the ones we've done.
Yep.
Friday the 13th. Texas.
Okay. It's not, though. Don't do it just because I've done it. Don't do it because I've done it.
No, Halloween this.
This at the bottom, do you think? No way is choosing...
No, genuinely Halloween's bottom.
You're lost,
Halloween's
mate.
bottom.
You're lost.
It goes Friday, Texas, Nightmare, Halloween. Jump to break it down for you.
Yeah, go on.
So Texas, Texas is the most unique out of these lot. So it just sort of goes in its own thing, and it was really enjoyable, right? And then Halloween, it's Halloween versus Friday the 13th. I hate to do this every week, but it is because they're the same type of film.
Yeah, okay.
And I enjoy Friday the 13th more. And then this, I don't really like this sort of thing.
I don't like it as much as I thought.
It don't work for me.
It's
Maybe the
not.
second one. And one thing I will say.
I feel bad. There was a few things in this film that I thought, if this was relatively modern and handled well, this would be a ridiculously good film. Because the concept is so scary.
You just reminded me that I thought that.
Yeah.
And I was like, someone good needs to do a remake.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Again, this is just me having limited knowledge of people, but you know one of the people.
Edgar Wright.
Give it Harry.
Yeah.
You see what he did with Bo's Afraid?
I don't think Harry. I think...
Why don't you think Harry? Didn't he do
Midsommar?
Midsommar?
Yeah, go. Yeah, Harry. I agree.
And Bo is Afraid and that.
Yeah.
We'll
go Harry.
All right, but that sort of thing. If you want to diversify it, give it Jordan. You know what I mean?
If you want to give it like a foreign edge, give it to Robert Eggers.
If you want to give it a bit of flair.
If you want to give it a bit of pizzazz.
Do you want to make it Viking? Set it in Norway.
See how the Vikings deal with him.
No, seriously.
No, because I think the actual concept of Freddy is so scary because sleep and nightmares is just a natural human fear.
And then there's the bit more lore with it being like, you know, like, who was a child killer, and then this happened.
Because like with Jason, Freddy, and all that, the exposition on him isn't. We're not given too much. We're given enough. This one, they just tell you this is what he is. Blah 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 blah. He's a nutter.
Yeah.
He's tapped his nuts. His bonkers. He's
and
crazy.
I think that's quite cool. I think they could do a lot with the fact that it was like, think about this: a group of parents just burnt a place to the ground. That's
And you
horrific.
just moved on with your lives. Cool.
They sort of explore that in the Halloween new ones, don't they?
Yeah.
With in the hospital where they chuck that bloke out the window.
Yes. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Like there's actual repercussions.
Yeah, that was a sort of like a thing in this movie, wasn't it? Just it didn't get explored.
So yes, this overall it's just a product of its time. You can see a lot of because it's getting further in the decade, the production's gone up. They've given it budget because they realise how much money these things can make.
Yeah. Although it is an indie movie, so I don't know about that.
Okay.
No, because this one don't have a budget, does it? 'Cause it saved the.
Yeah, exactly. The practical effects are good.
No, the practical effects are good.
Looked nice. Shot relatively well. There's a few good shots.
Yeah.
Nothing like crazy, but it was good.
Yeah.
Not too bad. Just wasn't for me. Definitely very flawed, but it's just a very mixed bag. But I'm not angry at it. It works. It's decent. That's me.
All right.
And that concludes our quadrilogy, whatever it is.
Quadrilogy.
That's what we're calling it now. Our square of horror films.
Yep.
4 sides.
Yep.
Obviously, we're going to finish with the big Five Nights at Freddy's, but that's a separate beast.
Yeah.
Just like The Exorcist, it's going to be its own little thing.
Yeah, well, we've got Killers first on Saturday.
Oh, yeah, obviously, I know, but I'm just talking horror films.
Oh,
this is where
yeah. Yeah,
this
the
is
final October
countdown.
movie. Literally, it's on Halloween.
I can't wait.
Yeah, it's going to be really good.
I can't wait. I hope you've enjoyed this little spooky tober.
Spooktober. What the fuck did we even decide to call
Ghost
it?
O'Clock, I think we called it, mate.
What the fuck? That should be next year's when we do exclusively ghost stories.
Yes. So I hope you've enjoyed it, guys.
Mm-hmm.
We most definitely will do this next year.
Yep.
We'll see you then. We don't know the theme, but we've got a year to decide. So
We're doing
let us
the
live.
part twos.
No,
real talks. We are
I
going
want to watch some good horror films.
We are going to have to do the part twos at some point.
We are, but
do we just litter them throughout the year?
Yeah, scatter them. I want to watch some good films.
Yeah, because I want to watch Friday the 13th 2 and 3.
I want to be scared though. I want to be actually like, I don't want to do this podcast, Joseph. I'm scared.
Oh, I'm scared. That's never going to happen, is it though?
No, I don't get scared.
Horror films aren't scary.
Unless it's a dead edge. So, thank you very much
Sonic.
for listening, guys.
Yeah, cheers.
See you on the next one. I've been Kieran.
I've been Joe.
And this
We never referenced we switched names at the start, by the way.
don't need to.
Because they've been listening for this whole thing and they've got confused. They thought I'm Kieran and you're Joe.
They'll listen, and then they'll have to research, and then they'll have to follow us and message us. So we force them to interact here.
It's a masterclass. It's a masterclass.
What's this been?
This has been Definitely Serious.
Ta-ra.
Ta-ra.